YouTube, I'm Bigal1982 and this is the Movie Reviewers 100. This week's theme is Colin Farrell week, and when I first saw that this week was going to come about, I was a bit unsure what I was going to review. I looked through my collection. I was quite surprised. I've just stepped onto something down there. I was quite surprised how many actual Colin Farrell films I do own. He's not a particular actor I would go out and watch particularly, but he surprisingly does a few good roles in a few good films. But overall I don't think too much of him, if you know what I mean. But basically the film I'm going to talk to you today about is the 2003 release, and that is S.W.A.T. Now S.W.A.T. is when I was watching it, I kept on thinking of the Avengers, because you had Samuel L. Jackson and he had to assemble a team. So basically sort of Avengers basically, but S.W.A.T. This stars Colin Farrell, Samuel L. Jackson, Michelle Rodriguez, LL Cool J, plus a few others. It's got Jeremy Renner in there as well, and Oliver Martinez, who plays the bad guy in the film. So basically the film starts off and you've got Colin Farrell already in the SWAT, and there's a heist going down, and on his team is Jeremy Renner, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Jeremy Renner, from Hawkeye from the Avengers ironically. And basically a hostage gets shot, and them two, because they're partners, get called into the office, and they're sort of saying that Jeremy Renner's character is a loose cannon, and you can sort of stand by him and go down and be kicked out of SWAT, or you can go back and start again and get a text message like I just did there, and I go back and start all over again basically. So he decides to start all over again when Jeremy Renner's character leaves, what we believe to leave the film. Then basically because he's started off down the bottom again, Samuel L. Jackson wants to bring, is brought in as a sort of like a leader to bring everyone in, and he sort of rounds up the three main characters: Colin Farrell, Michelle Rodriguez, LL Cool J, and I can't remember the other guy's name, the guy who was in Dead Poet Society, Josh Charles. Yeah, so he rounds them up basically and forms a SWAT team with another couple of guys as well, and then the main baddie, as I said in this, is played by Oliver Martinez, and he's sort of a big kingpin, and he's a French guy, comes over and he murders his uncle because of things that have happened in the past, and he's sort of a main kingpin that everyone's after, the government. And what I can add on about the Oliver Martinez character, he sort of tries to play the big kingpin, but to be honest he doesn't seem that menacing. He tries to act the big man, but to be honest I've seen better kingpins in films, and his performance, he tried to be like, yeah, everything happens around because I'm the main man, but he sort of didn't have anything there really. He eventually gets pulled over, and then there's a few attempts to break him out, but then he gets captured by the SWAT team. While he's doing this, there's press about, and they're filming him, and he shouts out that anyone who rescues me, breaks me out, will get $100 million. And that's where the action begins, where you get all these people coming out of the woodwork, all these gangsters, all these people just want the money. And yeah, there's some little bit of twists and turns in this film, but overall I think the film is lacking in places. The action, although is a lot of explosions, I reckon it being a 12 rating over, I think it could have been a bit stronger. I think more could have been happening. It's a SWAT team, you want to see more blood and guts, I suppose. I think some of the storylines is a bit predictable as well. Some of the characters, I mentioned the Jeremy Renner character in there, when he goes, you know, oh, he's going to come back later on as bad guy or something. So it's a bit predictable in that way. They try to have a little bit of a twist in there, but you sort of can see it happening in certain scenes leading up to it. So overall, it's an okay film. It's okay popcorn action flick. Nothing too special, but worth a watch. I recommend it. As I say, there is at times some good action scenes in there involving shootouts and like chase scenes in the police cars and that. There's a good scene where an aeroplane lands on a bridge, which is quite good. But overall, not the best action film you could watch, but one to sit down one night maybe and get some popcorn out and kill an hour and a half, I think it was. It wasn't too long a film either. Well, 1 hour and 52 minutes, so it was longer than I thought. But yeah, so SWAT 2003 release. Colin Farrell in this film gives an okay performance. He sort of takes the lead role in the SWAT with Samuel L. Jackson, and he gives an okay performance. Gives you an okay American accent where you can sort of hear some Irish come through at certain times. But overall, his performance in the film was okay. I thought Michelle Rodriguez played in a good part, and LL Cool J was quite good as well, and had some good comedy moments with LL Cool J. Don't call it a comeback, he's been here for years. But yeah, so my verdict on SWAT: okay popcorn action flick, nothing too great, but worth a watch. And there we go, Colin Farrell week here on the Movie Reviewers 100. Look forward to everyone else's reviews. I know a few films that people got to review this week, but I won't spoil it for you, so check out their reviews. Thanks for liking, subscribing and commenting on all of our videos here on the Movie Reviewers, and I hope you all have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.